has tried to shatter barriers by publicly sharing the details of her experience with breast cancer. Paralympic rowing champion Erin Kennedy led her crew to victory at the European Championships despite undergoing a double mastectomy and 17 rounds of chemotherapy. Well, Erin's selection for this year's championship shows her skill and dedication, but her workout at the boat is just as inspiring. And Erin joins me now. Lovely to see you, Erin. And this really is an inspiring story. I have to say, huge congratulations for your achievements. And what makes them all the more staggering is the fact that you were doing this while undergoing treatment. So talk us through it. The European Championships last summer, you were in the middle of chemotherapy, weren't you?
Yeah, I was on chemotherapy and I essentially was so keen to keep racing. I really wanted to keep some normality and really raise awareness as well that you can still do amazing things whilst having a breast cancer diagnosis or any sort of diagnosis really. And yeah, I managed to kind of work with my oncologist and my team to make it happen, and we won gold last summer.
Which is incredible. So how much harder was it physically going through that treatment and then having to perform at the highest level?
It was really tough. It was really hard, but actually I had an incredible team around me and I knew that I was really, really well supported. Everyone really had my back, and going into treatment, I knew that, you know, I was going to be looked after, and essentially I had the best people around me and I couldn't really ask for more.
But it must have been, you noticed the difference presumably from pre-treatment. How much harder did you have to work?
I mean, I had to work a lot harder. Yeah, it was really, really tough. But, you know, it was an amazing opportunity, and I was just kind of really grateful to everyone to essentially get me on the start line and actually kind of support me all the way through treatment. The National Lottery has been incredible because it's essentially supported me and allowed me to kind of get to this place. And now I'm in a position where I've been able to compete and come through, and I've been nominated for a National Lottery Award, which is just incredible for essentially sharing my story. And I feel really humbled because ultimately, you know, I've just wanted to get out there and try and get people kind of staying active whilst having breast cancer.
Well, yes. And why do you think that's so important? Because we talked about the physical challenges of competing when you're undergoing treatment, but it must be quite a mental challenge as well. How difficult was that to keep yourself going and stay positive?
If I'm honest, it wasn't super hard to stay positive because essentially I just thought, you know what, this could happen to anybody. This really could. And I didn't dwell on why me, you know, why is this happening? I just thought instead, you know, what good can I do from this? I was as fit and as healthy as I could have ever been. I found a lump in the shower. I was proactively checking. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to show everyone what it's like, that it could happen to them. They could be 29. And so I just tried to kind of really keep my head level and, you know, try putting one foot in front of the other.
And talking to me today and generally discussing it, you're really keen to raise awareness, aren't you? What difference do you think that can make?
I think it can make a world of difference. Ultimately, I think it could save lives. No one expects it to be them. Everyone thinks it happens to other people. One thing that's amazing is just being able to talk and share the kind of experiences and kind of talk more and open people up to the reality of what might happen. And actually, it's something that, yes, it is scary, but, you know, it can be okay. And kind of being able to talk about it and use my platform is something that's amazing. And yeah, this award has been incredible that they've essentially put me forward for it, because actually I just feel like all I'm actually doing is just, you know, hopefully raising awareness and hopefully trying to save some lives.
Well, that could be really important, can't it? Shower stickers.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I did a campaign trying to kind of get more people checking themselves, particularly in changing rooms and in showers, because, you know, you're already in a perfect position to be checking anyway. It's a really good place to be aware of your body. And there's some fantastic charity stickers that you can get up and put in your shower, which just remind you every single time just to see what your normal is.
Great idea. And talk us through how you are now, finally, because you had all that treatment, I think which culminated in a double mastectomy, but you've gone on just months later to compete again.
Yes, I was selected for the European Championships again this May, and you couldn't write it, to be honest, because it was a year to the day that I was diagnosed, that I was competing at the Europeans. And yeah, we won the European Championships, and it was just so emotional. It was just after the double mastectomy. I really wasn't sure if I'd make it back in time, and yeah, I cried my eyes out the whole time.
I bet everybody did.
Yeah, and I'm working towards hopefully selection for the World Championships, which is coming up in yeah, just next month now in September.
Well, best of luck with that. I think everyone watching is rooting for you. Erin Kennedy, such a pleasure to meet you. Thanks very much indeed for coming in.
Thank you.
Now then, we're going to take you live to the Edinburgh Fringe.